Hey everybody, it's Mike bringing you our thought for the week. And this week we're starting a little mini-series on our thoughts for the week. We're going to be looking at our values as King's Church. We have 5 values, and today we're starting with value A, which is all involved. Now, I think the value A, all involved, is actually probably our most radical value that we have at Kings. What does it mean? Well, this is what we say about it on our website. It says that we believe that God has given everybody different talents and gifts, and we look to provide space for everybody to serve God, one another, and our communities and networks with the gifts that each one of us has been given. We are a family together on mission. Now, there's nothing particularly new or innovative about this idea of being all involved for a church. In fact, it's an ancient idea. We see it right the way through the early church in the book of Acts. But you know what I think is radical about it is that in 2021, I think we live in a society that is increasingly self-orientated and driven by consumerism, where the concept of serving one another rather than just serving yourself is increasingly alien, including, I have to say, in the highest levels of public life. So what's radical about our value of all involved isn't that it's new, it's that it's, instead of listening to a world that seems to be moving with increasing speed towards a value system that is more and more putting yourself first, we're following Jesus, who says this: "Not so with you. Instead, whoever wants to become the greatest among you must be your servant, and whoever wants to be first must be the servant of all. For even the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve and give his life as a ransom for many." That's Mark chapter 10. All involved sets us apart as followers of Jesus, and this isn't exclusive to Kings, as people who aren't in it just for ourselves, but for each other and for those around us. So, what are we all involved in, and what does it look like to be all involved? Well, I think sometimes perhaps we can misunderstand being all involved to mean just, joining a team or doing a job that needs doing. And yes, sometimes it is that, and those things need doing. We're so blessed at Kings to have so many people who are involved in serving in all sorts of ways, from making brews to the tech team that makes Celebration and Kings Anywhere happen, from the incredibly dedicated people who help us out with admin support to our wonderful TOTS team who've just been able to reopen in the last couple of weeks, from the teams that run King's Table every week to the people who just look in each week on other people. And there are countless more in there. Some of them are really, really obvious. Some of them can easily go unnoticed. Some of them are formal, some of them are informal. All of them we are hugely thankful for. But all involved isn't just about serving Kings. It's about serving Jesus and his kingdom and everything that comes with it. So we're all involved in sharing the good news of Jesus and making disciples. We're all involved in doing what we can to stamp out poverty, racism, and any and all of the burden and injustices we see around us. We're all involved in supporting our community, both our community of King's Church and the wider community. We're all involved in building one another up, of mourning with those who mourn and rejoicing with those who rejoice. Because everything that we do as part of King's Church, whether it's the setup team on a Sunday morning or a missional community going out for a prayer walk, is to fulfill Jesus' great commission to make disciples of all nations. So you, yes you, as a follower of Jesus, have a part to play, and not a small part either. It's an important part to play in bringing, in demonstrating, in sharing the hope and the good news of Jesus with the world. We're all involved because that's exactly what Jesus called us to be. Remember what I said before, that the bit from our website, we believe that God has given everybody different talents and gifts to serve him. See, being all involved might not mean joining a team or doing a specific job. It might mean noticing someone who's on the edge and drawing close to them. It might mean supporting somebody through your missional community. It might mean joining a missional community. It might even mean seeing a need that's not being met and starting something new to go and meet it. We have the value of all involved, not just because we need people to do jobs, although we do need people to do jobs, but because we want this town, this nation, this world to be impacted by the good news of Jesus. And we know that every follower of Jesus has not just been given the task, but the gift and the talents to see it done. So, are you in?